Hello, 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 folks. Welcome to the Hello World Podcasting with Magdalena. How is everybody doing? Hey, listen, thanks for tuning in, and welcome to my podcasting, and welcome to my channel. For those who are new, I just wanted to welcome you wherever you are listening around this beautiful planet and globe. And I just wanted to let you know that my podcasting is about personal growth, personal mastery, figuring out who the heck we are in this whole confusion stage. And in the meantime, using actually astrology as a GPS for personal and collective guidance. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, the energy is getting more and more intense. And as we can see it, 2019 is getting pretty intense. And folks, just to make sure you're fastening your seatbelt, the whole 2019, it will be pretty bumpy. I know I'm kind of constantly teasing you with all these, certain words with anticipation, but it's always good to know what's really going on, or at least have some idea what is getting what is getting cooked around the corner, if you wanted to call that way. And I have to say this. Let me just kind of open up where my chart is. Actually, where my signs are. But as we can see it right now, this whole Capricorn energy is so intense. And the reason why it's even more intense, because we have actually, the North Node in Cancer that is, opposing the South Node that is actually also in the Capricorn. So, it's not just that we are dealing with the Capricorn energy in itself. We are also dealing with the opposition, which is actually the Cancer energy. So, it is okay. I just got my chart here. So it will end up to be a pretty intense, look like I said, journey. But the one things what we have to kind of become conscious and aware is that we are actually getting prepared this for in the last couple of years, and and it's just getting a more and more zoomed in, if I can actually use that word. What does that mean? A couple of years ago, this whole idea about change and the transformation, it looked like it was so far away. And all of a sudden, now with this high speed, it's just coming closer and closer. And, we are almost actually in the eye of the tornado that is kind of spinning around and, taking all the structure down. And if you can see that the structure that is not working and it's not the best interest for the humanity, it's getting crashed. I mean, we can see this all around the globe, but the majority of the news is right now, focused here in the States. We are having, right now the government shutdown and all this, conflicts that bringing with itself. But on some level, a lot of people are actually becoming much more aware what is really going on behind the scene, and also how the game's been played. And I think through this whole scenario, what we are kind of what is unfolding in front of our eyes, it's actually showing us the incredible corruption, what was happening in the past, and it's finally kind of getting teared down. I was just actually not listening, but reading some article that, about Spain. That Spain is right now without government for the last 10 years. Oh, 10 years, 10 months. Oh, that would be interesting. Sorry for that glitch in my own matrix in the last 10 months. And it's actually working. The unemployment is actually going down, and the economy is booming. So, here we are. Everybody thinks that we need the government, yes, but, it kind of shows that even the smaller governments and people are pitching together, and, maybe they're actually doing a much better deal than without all these rules and regulations that they are constantly imposed on people and hindering them, for jobs that could be done much easier without so much rules and regulations. And also, the Brexit actually failed today with the voting. So people are speaking up, folks. That's the whole bottom line, what we are talking about. From one side, we have the Capricorn energy that is representing, the government and, job done, setting our goals and, achieving them. And, Saturn is being also in Capricorn, that is helping us, to overcome obstacles and teaching us rules and limitations, and actually also maturity, responsibility. And I think what we are seeing right now, look, like I said, what's going on in all sorts of governments is that all those governing bodies, they were actually not working for the people. Isn't that sad? And everybody's now complaining, oh, poor people, they are losing, incomes and everything else. And I said, hello, they may get actually piece of their own, experience, how the regular people are feeling. Nobody cares about people. I mean, I was actually in the last couple of days kind of entangled with the idea that, we are constantly, bringing this idea how conscious we are, how incredible we are, and how responsible we are. Yet, just think about this, in health. The vaccination, we know, the impact of it. Food, how polluted the food is. Air, water. I was just watching yesterday a video. Let me just go back and I will tell you what I was watching actually. About boss of the swamp says something untried, geoengineering, Frankenstein, and chemtrails. And it's about, oh gosh, what is this guy name? I have to open up a new link and I will give you an idea for people who are interested about this. The boss of swamp, of grid self-reliance. And this is his YouTube site. And he talks about, that he's watching the trees, how they are, he's going for a walk every day and mapping, what's happening to trees and, how trees are dying, changing leaves, losing their leaves and everything. And it just looks like, it breaks my heart, folks. The reason why, because I lived, in Maine for 25 years and I saw already, in the late 90s that this incredible changes that have been happening to the trees. And you know that I'm actually upset and frustrated with this whole uh, climate change movement that, people are totally unaware what is really, really going on. And, they are actually putting themselves further into the trap instead of opening their eyes and recognizing what's really going on, you know. And what I was also thinking is that here we are, as I said, we have this quote unquote conscious society. Yet, if we are looking around ourselves and see the products, these products, or most of the products, are actually everything but good for the population, and good, it's not good for the environment. So how can we be conscious about something and even not recognize that we are actually against humanity or our planet? It's just, beyond me. So sorry for that. But this is actually, getting triggered through right now through the cancer node. Cancer is caring, nurturing, but also about ourselves, home, and the planet Earth. And I was thinking, how can we actually change this? Yeah, I mean, maybe we could actually somehow create a much more collective group of people who will, stand up and watch, about the products and what's really going on, and, bring more awareness to these, even to the people or manufacturer, and say, wait a minute, listen, if it's not good for the humanity or the planet, why are we doing this? Cannot be, be done differently. I don't know. It just look like I said, it's mind-boggling right now for me. And look like I said, we can right now see through a lot of different movement that is happening around the globe, and people are starting to recognize something is totally off, and let's just kind of try to fix it. Another things, what is kind of, going through my mind is that, let me just go back to this. Yes, yeah, what is going to my mind is that, as I'm kind of researching a little, through the astrology and finding, some reports through different groups that I'm following, people are coming with more and more revelations from the past, from different cultures and whatever, and recognizing that, we had a free energy maybe 100 years ago or further down the road. So yeah, astrology is showing us that we are, repeating cycles, and we can go as far back, ancient times, and recognizing that actually we are still dealing with viruses, meaning we are repeating constantly this dualistic approach to life. And what it really kind of buckled down for me is that, can we actually now, when we go into this Chiron in Aries for the next 7 years, could we actually maybe dig out the virus? I don't know, folks. I'm kind of right now contemplating with my own ideas, with my own mind. Could we actually dig out the virus that is constantly replicating and copying itself through the ages over and over again, and it's not allowing us to move forward, you know?